This week we're talking General Grievous with Sky Sound's Matthew Wood.
But there's way more show than that.
Yeah, like 3 to 4 minutes more.
This is the Star Wars Show from the Lucasfilm headquarters in San Francisco. Here's your hosts, Andy and Anthony.
Hello and welcome to the Star Wars Show, the only Star Wars show on the internet that is celebrating the 32nd anniversary of the hit Lucasfilm feature, Howard the Duck.
Right, even though the actual 32nd anniversary was 2.5 months ago.
Oh, that's when I started partying. It's all been a blur. Howard the Duck year is a big year, my friends.
Can always celebrate in your heart, but we're talking about Star Wars today.
Unless like any breaking Howard the Duck news comes up.
Obviously.
We got a big red button in the back just in case. Shut this whole place
Quack.
down for the Howard the Duck news, which is inevitably coming, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I broke my whistle.
Jon Favreau's Instagram, which has recently become the #1 news source for pictures and information about The Mandalorian.
Frank, can we pop up that new graphic?
Wow, this is really dramatic.
It needs to be, because Jon Favreau, the internet's #1 news source for breaking Mandalorian information, has revealed a couple new images from the set.
The first was this image of what looks like an old ice cream maker from the 70s all jazzed up with Star Wars buttons and dials.
Now, the last time we saw one of these, it was being held by Cloud City's #1 marathon runner, Wilro Hood, spawning an army of cosplayers and a highly collectible action figure.
But that's not all Jon Favreau posted. On Friday, he posted this image of a weapon.
Now, we are not confirming anything, but the weapon looks awfully similar to the one Boba Fett used during his animated first appearance from the Star Wars Holiday Special.
The same weapon he used to pistol whip a bright pink space dinosaur.
Yeah, it's the very same. So does this mean we're gonna see jogging ice cream makers and a pistol-whipped space dinosaur in The Mandalorian?
Who knows? They're just pictures.
But what we do know is that Jon Favreau has cemented himself as the #1 news source for pictures and information about The Mandalorian. And I have so many questions for the story group now.
I thought you were gonna track them down last week.
I have been trying. They are wily. They're constantly in meetings that are closed access, that my key card won't open.
Well.
Because I don't rank highly enough and my opinions are bad.
You just keep trying, buddy.
I'm a disciplinary problem.
Cool. And if you want more Star Wars news, check out starwars.com/SWS.
Here we are at the annual Lucasfilm Sidewalk Chalk Festival.
Teams from Lucasfilm and ILM are here to create chalk art squares to share with the community.
You can invite your family and your kids to come down, enjoy the music, enjoy the artwork, get some free food, and just stroll through the beautiful grounds we have here.
The Chalk Art Festival is one of my favorite events that we do all year.
Since we've been doing it our 5th time, our technique is getting better and better.
After years of practice, we understand which colors run out fast.
This year I brought extra chalk.
We ran out of chalk. We had to go asking teams for colors that we needed.
My favorite one is all the way down at the end. It's a Yoga Yoda on a rainbow lotus flower.
The one with Steamboat Willie and the octopus, like the rendering and the colors is just amazing, but there are hacks because they're all storyboard and illustrators. It's not fair.
We did a Galaxy's Edge piece using Hondo replacing Mr. Toad for Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
I drew off Our Lady of Guadalupe, so I wanted to put Leia in the center. She really gives hope to me and our team.
It was awesome seeing all the teams come together from all the different companies and see everyone get super creative.
We have neighbors who come by who are always curious as to what happens here, and this gives us an opportunity to showcase some of the creativity here.
Sitting down now with Matthew Wood, who is returning as General Grievous in Star Wars Battlefront II. It was all silent on the Clone Wars front for a few years, and now you're diving back in. How's it feel?
You know, that show was such a labor of love working on it, and to have the main crew back again to be able to do it is like a dream. We're all like, is this really happening? And it is. So we worked on that show for like 5 years. David Acord, our sound designer, is going to be back too. So we both worked on every single episode, over 100 plus episodes on that show. So to have it back is fun for us as fans and to be able to work on it.
Well, let's talk about bringing Grievous into Battlefront II. This is something people have been asking for a while. That's got to be a fun character to be.
I've always loved Grievous. You know, all of his interactions with Obi-Wan, him trying to lead these battle droids into battle, all the attacks happening with the clones. And so I've done videos video games and television and movies with Grievous.
I've been trained in your Jedi arts by Count.
It's fun to be invited back to continue that story and to actually be able to literally be in his footsteps, to play as him.
You're a couple other voices in Battlefront II as well.
Yeah, I did all the battle droids, which was hilariously fun for me. I love doing battle droids.
You know I love playing as a battle droid.
Who doesn't? Roger, Roger.
It's the best.
Yeah. And then I played all of Kylo Ren in his mask.
That's so fascinating. So when you are recording your voice, how did that work for Grievous,
Well,
for example?
for Grievous, he's a cybernetic character, so you want to make sure it sounds like the voice is being somewhat synthesized out of something. The process was created to really work with shouting. So a lot of that character, I'm talking like this the whole time. He's like a drill sergeant with a cross of Bela Lugosi is what kind of George Lucas wanted.
Your lightsabers will make a fine addition to my collection.
I have to just really enunciate and be very clear about what I'm saying because the process kind of does smear it up a little bit. I put some ring modulation on there to make it sound synthesized.
Is it weird for you to have to engineer and process your own voice?
It's funny.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. I mean, like, for instance, the Kylo Ren mask, when we created that for Adam Driver, he's a very method-style actor, and we wanted to make something that he could actually perform into, and the mask would respond. He had headphones on to actually hear what it would sound like in the mask live while we were doing it, because that mask is not meant to keep Kylo alive. It's meant to intimidate.
Right.
So he can get really microphonic about his performance and get really slow and creepy, and the distortion and all the amplification comes in to kind of give that, you can hear the subtle changes in his voice. So that's kind of what I did on my performance as well, mimicking him from the show. But I try to make it so, in like the battle droids, I just pitch it up to make it sound even more goofy of the like, you know, oh, look out, Roger, Roger. You know, you're talking like that the whole time.
I said drop him. Roger, Roger.
It's all fun. Working in tandem with technology and acting, it's two different parts of my brain, and it satiates me fully.
Excellent. Well, I am excited to see how it all comes together in
Yes.
Battlefront II. Grievous is coming in October. For more news about other Battlefront 2 updates, check out battlefront2.com.
Last week, we wanted to know what your favorite Star Wars parodies were.
And first of all, not a single person mentioned Bill Murray singing the Star Wars theme on SNL.
Shame.
But that is beside the point. What a lot of you really liked was the Phineas and Ferb parody, as mentioned by Leek Psy, Hoolitherium, and Say Yes Boo.
Peyton Registrad checked in with the Matt the Radar Tech sketch.
I didn't feel like we got enough Matt the Radar Tech.
We never get enough.
I can never have enough Matt the Radar Tech. But the far and away winner was definitely the Mel Brooks masterpiece, Spaceballs.
Thanks to everyone that submitted their favorites last week. And as always, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, download the Star Wars app, and go watch Hardware Wars, Troops, and listen to Weird Al's Yoda and or The Saga Begins.
Thanks for watching, and may the Schwartz be with you.
I feel like I had to clarify that it was like bubblegum pink.
You don't want kids who have never seen it to
Right.
picture like a
You need-
cool dinosaur.
Or like a, anatomically correct dinosaur.
Yeah, they're picturing like cool Boba Fett pistol whipping like a rad raptor, and no, that was not the case.
It was a bubblegum brontosaurus.
I agree with you.